In 2014, then LA Clippers owner Donald Sterling was on top of the world. His NBA team was making a playoff run after so many losing seasons. But that all came tumbling down when Sterling's personal assistant and rumored lover secretly recorded him making racist remarks, which later were leaked to the media. The new Hulu series Clipped, the scandalous story of LA's other basketball team, tells the story of Donald Sterling's downfall and the love triangle that captured America's attention. Take a look.
Why would you do that? Are you stupid or something? You want to broadcast to the world that you walk around with a man like that?
I'm not broadcasting anything.
Then why are you taking pictures with minorities? Why? You told me you were going to remove those. You said, yes, I understand you. I mean, you change from day to day. If my girl can't do what I want, I don't want the girl.
That was the beloved Ed O'Neill, star of Modern Family, playing Donald Sterling, and Cleopatra Coleman as V. Stiviano. They join us now in studio. Welcome, and thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, Ed, let's start with you. I've heard that you actually were initially hesitant to take on the role, that you were afraid of the show. How so?
Well, it wasn't so much afraid of the show that I didn't think maybe I wasn't right to play the part. And I thought, well, I'm not. I didn't think I reminded myself. And then I started to rethink it, because then I thought, well, now, wait a minute, you're supposed to be an actor, And I used to do a lot of theater, so I used to do a lot of parts that were unlike, So I sort of decided to get back to that, I think.
Your character is described as old and oafish and a racist. Were you hesitant about taking on that character in particular?
Well, it crossed my mind, but I didn't let it slow me up. I mean, I loved the script, and I thought it was a story that needed to be told, and someone had to play Donald Sterling to tell the story. So I thought, well, let me do it.
And Cleopatra, with V. Stiviano, you play the woman who's in the middle of this marriage, and then this social media firestorm, ultimately. What is it that you think she wanted? I mean, many people have described her as manipulative. She seems certainly mysterious.
I think she's a very complicated person. I mean, I think as an actor, I tried to look at her not so much through the lens of the scandal or the media, but really as a character on the page. And what I found was someone who I felt wanted safety and security and wanted a place in the world that was her own and not necessarily the place that she was given. So she was incredibly ambitious, and I think that manifested in a number of ways, some likable, some not.
Same question to both of you. Ed, we'll start with you. What do you think, as far as what this show says about the power of the internet age, right? And what would you like people to take away from not only the show, but the real life story as well?
Well, I don't think Sterling was aware of it. I don't think he was aware of the power of it until it was too late. Because if when you see the show, he just said, well, if they don't have me on visual, it's just a tape. He didn't think there was anything that was going to do him any harm. And the other interesting thing I thought about, and I don't know the man, I've never met him, I've never talked to him, but I think that he really, he had a love for that team. I mean, owning it. He loved it, which tells you something about the power that owning that team and how he felt about himself when he owned it. That's kind of interesting, I think.
And how about for you, Cleopatra?
Well, I mean, this show is about so many large themes like racism and misogyny and the powers that be, the patriarchy, all of these things. I think it's really also about ambition, and for each of the characters, for Donald, for Doc, for the players, for V, for Shelley, and what it can turn you into. I would say hopefully people are entertained by it, but it's also quite poignant, and I think it's a great commentary on those themes.
Ed, Cleopatra, what a pleasure to have you both and speak with you
you
about this role. All the best to you. We want to let our viewers know that FX's limited series Clipped premieres with back-to-back episodes on Tuesday, June 4th, exclusively on Hulu.